All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Moonduck coverage of the Northern Arena Beat Invitational presented by Bell Main Qualifier Playoffs Winter Bracket Finals, game number 2 between Team NP and Infamous. I'm Android, being joined once again by Mottpax. How you doing, man?
I just love Bell so much.
I'm
I'm
really
sorry.
glad.
I was just
Just
joking
let it
up.
out, dude. It's
Yeah,
it's all
I know.
good. We support you here.
Oh, oh. Anyway, that's an Elder Titan. It's a tough
Yes.
scenario. This is the infamous shit. Do we pick Void, or are we going to give up Void Elder Titan? That is the
Yeah.
question.
That's tough. I mean, Infamous, they can pull off a decent Void. I've seen them played in the offlane a couple of times, but probably just kind of throwing a wrench in their plans. We'll see if they want to give up that Void
You know what's
Titan.
great though?
Mhm.
Because now if they go Void, you go Sand King as NP,
Oh, and just
and
kind
then
of.
you match your Sand King against the Void. But I
Oh.
haven't seen MSS actually play Sand King. They keep giving it to SVG, so I don't know. But that's what I would do. That's kind of like the meta thing right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Titan slipped through is pretty interesting. The Ogre first ban, how do you feel about that? It's not that typical.
Yeah, kind of like super annoying hero, but it opens up like some of the more high tier heroes. You know, we kind of see teams do this where like it's like banning Undying up against WWD. They're super good with Undying. That's cool. Just like Infamous, obviously, are very good with the Ogre. It's super annoying. It gives you good lanes, but it also kind of leaves some of those heroes open in the pool and stuff like that. But also gets rid of one that's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? Like an Elder Titan. And so you're able to pick that up here first. And well, there's the Faceless Void. And then into the Oracle, a lovely Saver up against the Faceless Void means NP can't go Oracle and whatnot, and pick up
Blast from the
Beastmaster.
past here. We saw Beastmaster
Yeah,
picked up last night when, like, virtually every other reliable offlaner was banned, but this is priority here. NP, they're glad they got this guy. What's the synergy between Beastmaster and Titan, or is it just two strong heroes?
they're pretty good at like kind of that group up, being together, push scenario, right? You're scouting out with the Elder Titan. They're both heavy vision heroes, which is kind of nice. Maybe we're going in for like a I don't know, a cheesy Tinker strat. I haven't seen too much Envy Tinker lately, but you never know. The best opener possible. I really do think Sand King's one of those heroes that you'd super see here, especially because Oracle's so good against Beastmaster in lane. We've seen that so many times in the past. But coming down the dire side, pairing up with the Elder Titan is good enough that those two can kind of work together down in that bottom lane. Elder Titan scouts around, messes with stacks, messes with the mid laner trying to farm neutrals like we saw in the last game that ended up happening. So maybe they'll try and get a lane dominator here from NP as well, which they typically do for NV in the mid, like a Razor or something. But the Purifying Flames, right? It messes up your boars, gives so much experience over to the Oracle. It's very bad. It was the main reason Beastmaster completely fell off, but at MDL, Beastmaster is just showing up everywhere. He is in all the games. Everyone has determined that we don't care if we're feeding away summons sometimes. We'll try and give him some sort of a dual lane to maybe help him a little bit, or we'll just go straight to the jungle. Hawk is just too damn good, which is understandable.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the vision get crazy when it was, what was the game last night where we had the Beastmaster FDL versus Duop? And, I mean, the Hawks just allowed for so many ridiculous team fights, these deep rotations that otherwise would have been heavily punished, but they know where everyone is. The lanes are just constantly patrolled there by the Beastmaster, and there's the potential for really early push. So NP might be taking a page out of Infamous's book and going in for that, early aggression, heavy laning strategy.
Yeah, the pressure is certainly there already. I wonder who they're going to put with this Faceless Void, too, is for, coming on the Infamous side of the draft. OD's been removed. There's no
Skyrath.
puck here for like double bubble. Skyrath, that's right. I mean,
Skyrath.
been showing up a surprising amount. That's kind of nice. Um, what else have they been picking in their four roles? A little bit like Crystal Maiden and stuff like that. Before this, Kunkka we haven't seen yet today. Pairs up, better up against the Void and Lost Nearest, but Oracle Kunkka super solid. Wouldn't be the worst thing here. Can kind of save your allies like mid sleep and stuff like that. You throw out the rum when the Earth Splitter is about to crack. Big saving play potentials. Oh, they'll ban the Kunkka. Oh, that would have been a good pick, actually.
Yeah. I mean, he's already kind of a little impaired. It's just his buddy Shadow Demon's already been banned out, so one half of that Kunkka Shadow Demon duo is slightly less impactful than the full one. Now, Infamous, going into their third pick, again, could still pick up that Skyrath to help Wombo combo their Chrono, but it's curious. Are we going to see an off-lane Void, a safe lane Void, a mid Void? He's been run every which way.
Should just be off lane. Infamous don't play a lot of Void. I haven't seen them play it. I don't think this tournament. Well, unless it was that one game. They played that one game, and that was a say or no, they haven't played it. No, they haven't played this tournament. Okay, we're good. We're good. That was Mike's team. So I would assume off lane just off of that because like mid void. It's pretty specific WWD kind of thing. Juggernaut now picked up here too.
That's kind of interesting because, if they're running Void Core Jug mid, they don't really have a whole lot of synergy together. Jug is just kind of that, right clicky bruiser. He's magic immune, he's a little slippery, but he's not going to be helping out with Void's Chronos.
Yeah, they also have last pick. It could be one of the scenarios where they feel like it's strong against Elder Titan just because of you can crack it out before the split comes and whatnot and reduce at least half the damage. Yeah. The lane dominators, again, that we talked about for Eternal Envy. The OD's already gone. The Razor's still in the pool, so that'd be kind of scary. And they also do have last pick, so what this is just, it's a hero that can't go mid for Kataro, but if they see a better opportunity to throw some other hero here, they can just send the Jug into that position 1 down in the safe lane and try and secure the game with whatever their final pick's going to be.
All right, so we got a bear in the field. That is an early pusher. There's going to be some early aggression coming out from NP. They've got the Elder Titan that can rotate from level 1 super quick. Hard to deal with those stomps. Beastmaster should have a fine time in the offlane. I mean, this is just going to be crazy early game from NP. How do they wrap this up in a sustainable bow? How do they just go in and charge with this lineup?
I feel like an IO would be kind of cool, but I don't think they play a lot of IO. But if you had IO Ursa, and as well as IO Beastmaster Elder Titan, the IO could kind of rotate in between down to that bottom lane if they want to apply a little bit of pressure onto whatever Infamous is going to have down there. Then you also have that mid game synergy of IO Ursa. That is a dead hero if I've ever seen a dead hero.
That is a hero I have not seen in the pro scene in 6 months. Good God, he's alive.
Man. Interesting. All right, so the dives now become very difficult.
Yeah.
Juggernaut. Can I get a Weaver? Is this a Weaver? Could be Kataro TA still.
Yeah, they do like the Templar Assassin for the mid lane. That would mean offlane Void Core Jug. It's a possibility. How is the Treant going to change the flow of this game? Because he's got that invis walk-in, but it's not the same as a Nyx Assassin, which is still in the pool. He's got the heals, but they already have an Oracle. I guess the structure protection is a really big thing up against Beastmaster's chip damage.
Yeah, it's kind of just securing lanes, honestly. He's like Ogre, where he has that big bullying factor. He just walks up and punches you. He can help your mid laner, which is probably going to be Jug, because they did end up going for that Razor. So, good luck. Have fun, pretty much. We are Sakatara. He managed to make it work with the Storm Spirit, so I'm sure he can make it work with the Juggernaut. It's kind of the same scenario where you just need to rely a lot on your neutrals and whatnot and just try not to feed the Razor too much. Oh, maybe it will be a Storm Spirit mid again.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's going to be a lot trickier without that Drow Ranger. Again, the damage is a little bit less. He's a little more
They'll have
vulnerable
Tree,
in the lanes. Yeah, try to heal him up, but he's still not really able to get in there, especially up against a Razor again. It's going to be tough. He's going to have to bail out into the side jungle a lot earlier than last time, I think.
I really like a Weaver. I think it should be Weaver for Infamous. That would be my #1 pick here. Super good up against Razor, can just run away. Super good up against Ursa. Natural Lincoln Sphere builder up against the Beastmaster. Lion just gets banned out. That would have been the only other hero that's good to try and lock down someone with one of those slippery Lincoln Spheres. So what are their options? They have Morphling, they have Storm Spirit, and they have Weaver. That could all three be run in a successful scenario here from the side of Infamous. So I think NP, whatever this position 5 is, it has to have that quick pick. Generally, Rubik is really good in these scenarios. You can be a hero that can actually grab people when they're split pushing, the game goes later. He naturally builds mobility. The only downside is he doesn't have that second spell to you have to fade bolt and lift and everything, but you don't have that early game double control like a Lion or a Shadow Shaman has. Once Lincoln is there, though, it doesn't matter. It's the exact same thing. Because you have to use one of your controls to pop it anyway, right?
Yeah. So I'm liking Infamous's draft here. I think NP, they themselves are stuck on what to ban. They are using almost all their reserve time on this last ban because the Treant thrown in is just what are you doing? So it's nice. I like these mind games out from Infamous, and they have the potential for a really, really strong draft. Now Terrorblade picked up, and oh my god.
The counter plays. All right.
I like it. I think that's NP saying all right, come at us. We've got the tools to deal with this. Their lanes are going to be fairly set. But Infamous have the potential to just full on initiate. We could see tier 2 initiations at 7 minutes in the game.
Basically screw your chrono, essentially.
Yep.
That's and dump the rock on top of you. It's still, again, they're really lacking that hex control. They have Roar. and then they have Warlock ulti. But someone like a Weaver or a Morphling or Storm, if any of those 3 heroes are missed with the ulti, then it's free farm. It's free roaming of this fight, so they'll go right back to it. And not disagree with this in the slightest.
The disable from NP, like you mentioned, is really low. How's that going to come back to bite them? Because they've got the Warlock, but that is such a long cooldown. Is it just going to be NP trying to play as passively as they can in the laning phase, or are they going to be 5-manning up and rolling at Infamous?
I mean, as the game goes like later and later, it's not awful, right? You get like that Agnum Scepter or something for Warlock, but you're kind of expecting you want to... I mean, all right, let's just go through like logically here. You get yourselves earlier towers, the Beastmaster and everything, maybe a couple pickoffs of the Roar. Once you hit 6, you smoke up, you get that. Try and get some good picks, enough to open up like the Roshan for yourself, walk into the Radiant side jungle, get some vision up, and you're doing all that up against a Chronosphere. So it's kind of like the battle of Chronos versus Warlock ulti, it seems, and Roars, or whoever's going to be able to use those spells the most effectively and carry through that momentum.
All right, so we are underway here in game number 2 of the main qualifier winner bracket finals. Loser of this game is, or rather loser of this series, is going to drop down and play the winner of FDL versus the Wild Witch Doctors, which is happening right now in client. Unfortunately, we can't cast both games at the same time, but winner of that gets one more shot. Loser of that matchup is eliminated, but here... The winner of this match goes straight on to the grand finals, and the loser gets one more chance at redemption in the lower bracket. Lot on the line here. If Infamous 2-0, that might be the biggest upset we've seen so far in this tournament.
Yeah, the fans, man. This is like when you watch Kaipi lose and everyone's just like screaming in Twitch chat. It would be the equivalent of that. The big fan favorite team here from NP, but again, it's post shuffle. No one's really proven. But considering the names on the team, it's in general the popular Dota culture is going to be supporting Team NP, whereas Infamous, these guys are just definitely some names everyone should recognize if you're watching these tournaments for the past couple of years, watching any South American Dota. Taro God himself, and a well-known supporting cast, Benhaz, Excel, Stinger, King Tekka. These guys have all been around forever. Not a big surprise, but it is definitely an upset in the hearts and minds of our fans, They're all just like, they want this team to be so good, so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like either of these teams are weak by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like that we're picking some quirky picks, reviving some dead heroes, and just bringing out kind of a whole new style of Dota. We're adding some North American flair here, and it's been fun to watch so far. Some of the matchups have been great. Now Titan, nothing really that crazy. God, what is that cosmetic? He looks like he has a giant neck. That is scary.
I thought you were talking about the treant tumors, the mushrooms.
No,
These things
I
are
have
kind
that
of strange.
set. No, that's a cute set.
Oh, I'm taking this Warlock mutton chops.
Where is he at? Oh
like, not even
my,
like a real beard.
those are some hardcore mutton chops. Good God.
They look like dog ears coming out of his hood.
Like cocker
now I
spaniel ears?
can't
Yeah.
unsee it.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah,
Anyway.
stuns, man. Stuns Dota. This is like, whew. I don't know. I'm questioning.
We could have a little bit of an initiation here. King Tekka hasn't grabbed up that time walk, so it looks like it's going to be a 1-1 rune split. Oh, Void, he wants to try for it. He really wants it. Oh! Not able to get it. Is able to leap to safety. But again, 1-1 split. Nothing too crazy. No blood on the rune. Just a couple of smacks from the Ursa. So it's going to be Envy trying his luck on the Razor again in this mid lane. What has to change from last game? What was the weakness from last game?
It's going to be pretty similar, right? No real rotations coming in the mid lane. It's basically the same story top, except this time it's going to be NP that have that big one-on-one advantage. Ursa up against the Faceless Void, kind of the dream for an Ursa. One of the more favorite heroes to be up against. But Stinger, man, he gets to chill in the mid lane. He's going to throw out a couple of leech seeds, and then the heals eventually coming out are going to make a big difference for Kataro this game. But again, he still needs to play around his neutrals, right? And this is where SVG can have an even bigger impact, as Elder Titan should be able to rotate over there earlier and have more of an impact than a Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, I mean, SVG taking a little bit of damage, but he can continue to play up, and Treant Protector now comes into this bottom lane. He's got a leech seed. He's got 91 starting damage, which is just
what
absurd.
A hero.
Yeah,
honestly.
that is like double some heroes. That is crazy.
Yeah, super similar role to the Ogre, eh? Just like same idea, basically.
Just a frontline bruiser. Just grab a couple of tangos. Just be punching people, allowing your cores to farm behind you. So it's going to be little bit quirky here in this bottom lane. You've got this weird little try. Usually we see Beastmasters all alone, but I like the choice to run this, aggressive 2 support lane. And
Yeah, that's what we've seen a lot of MTL too. Just like using Beastmaster with other heroes, Io, Elder Titan, anyone to come down and give him that nice little bit of pressure early on, because we know how weak he is with just summons up against an Oracle. Like, life will not be good for you. Again, it's that same idea we've seen a ton from NP as well, where they just leave AUI alone up top to give him that hero where he won't die.
He could be in some trouble here. We're going to be spinning. SVG can be healed up by the Warlock, but only for so much. The first blood goes the way of Benjaz, but he may end up giving his own life for this. He does fall. So support for carry. I mean, is that worth it for the little extra bit of first blood gold?
It's kind of a wash in the end, right? But, wow, Warlock actually gets a lot of that one. Is that some booties?
Got some shoes if he wants them.
Warlock, man. That nice right-click damage, get some boots going. That's pretty good stuff, but... And no big deal for now, right? Doesn't really matter. Some neutral denies here from Train Protector. Kataro's doing the same thing again. He managed to get himself a rune thanks to that battle down bottom. No one contesting it. And he just keeps getting farmed. Should, once again here with some lucky stacks. No mud golems again. He's like chanting it out to himself or something every time they spawn.
He's so happy.
Not sure. Like, it's just working, basically. Just, hoping and praying that it's not going to happen, so... to be able to just keep pace with Envy once again.
All right, so, I mean, this bottom lane, it's definitely cluttered. We've got a lot of heroes trying to walk around, trying to get pulls. We got wards up the wazoo here, just boop, boop, boop. But is there really going to be any more bloodshed, or are people going to play safe? I mean, Juggernaut just wants to farm. He doesn't really want to get too crazy with the fighting just yet. Beastmaster just wants to get some levels. He wants to get that LD, but with everyone, all his supports in lane, he's only level 2.
No love, man. Can't get these creeps to himself. How many denies do they have over here anyway? They got 3 on the Beastmaster, got 2 on the Warlock, 5 denies total. Getting shredded. Oh, there we go again. 6 denies.
Oh,
MSS
it's getting heated.
going crazy
Down here in this bottom lane, MSS is trying for it.
Oh! The 4 deny! Oh my god. Disaster.
That is just an absolute disaster here for Benjaz. Can Juggernaut come back from this?
Nah, I'd say it's pretty much... I would just go to game 3 at this point, honestly.
I just tap out, try your luck again?
Yeah.
Up top, we are going to have Void in a little bit of trouble. He's got that time walk, but Aoi, he's chasing after him. He's not going to fully commit, even though he had that Earth Shock. Just not quite able to catch up. Hopefully looking at some little phase booties for the Ursa soon.
Yeah, that's some scary stuff here. King Tech. And there's the heal, though. This is what's so lovely this time. You know, this is one of the most hated matchups ever. It probably is the most hated matchup as a faces boy in terms of one-on-one. Like, Ursa just does the best. Oh, that was a creep there. Nice.
All right, Trian, he's coming in. He's leech setting up MSS. That's an ambitious kill to go for, especially with everyone else in the vicinity. So SVG charges forward. Now he's going to get pinked out. They're going to be dropping the Oracle Purge on him. Can they actually wrap around and get something done? They have the level 2 spin. Everyone's sitting there. There will be an Elder Titan stomp, though, holding everyone in place. Excel, he's actually in a ton of trouble. He ends up being the first to fall. Benjaz, he's looking to get some revenge here following MSS. Stinger, similar story, but Katara goes in onto this Warlock who will end up falling. So nice little cleanup here in this bottom lane. They trade their Oracle for 2 supports, which is pretty solid overall.
Yeah, I mean, your mid laner's there, so I thought maybe they get 2 for 0, but at least it wasn't just like a 1-for-1 considering you're bringing Kataro. Life's still fine. He's still keeping as close as he can to Envy, considering it's just like total free farm. Nice little play by Excel to just come mid too after, because he's like, well, I mean, at least I can get some experience, right? Not like my Storm can. Just relegated to the junk. Oh, we missed the stack. Haro.
Or just pause to rest in peace for the stack.
Yeah, he probably needed DC. He's like, I'm lagging. Where's my stack?
All right, so going to be a quick one here, just getting right back underway. Yeah, I mean, how are things going for how you expected it to go? NP made the choice to put 3 heroes down here to protect their Beastmaster. Are they getting enough out of it, or is it still a little too bloody?
I mean, what else would you be doing with like Elder Titan? You would be messing around with the Storm Spirit. Then there's a Tree and Protector walking on over. Doesn't really matter. Storm could be like in lane mid or something, like Warlock's up top. They've kind of just given up on it now at this point because there's not too much more they can do. Beastmaster wants some levels. There's just going to be 2 heroes down here. This is like SVG's favorite thing to do. Almost the exact same timing as the last game with that Nyx. So this is pretty ideal, right? Doing what they need to do. Oh, nice Kataro. Still level 5. Coming on in.
That's that
SVG.
super crucial window. He should be able to pick up the Storm here. The Stomp comes in, but yeah, it's just going to lock him down. I think he was dead either way there. Storm Spirit, unfortunately, at that level 5 mark, once again killed off. That is just the worst time to be a Storm Spirit.
Yeah, that was really greedy, considering they had vision. Like, they saw him walk over. But Kataro just trying to, like, min-max or something. Maybe thinking Treant Protector heals would be enough or something. He'd just be able to get back under tower. Maybe they turn around, but in the end, that clearly did not happen. He pays with his life. So now Envy opening up a little bit of a gap here, about 500 gold. And see if he can be more comfortable going to some, like, just like Dragonlance this time, and then maybe not have to get treads.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely doesn't want to be forced into that Treads Medallion Solar Crest build we saw. But Kataro, he's now just walked off into the jungle. Faceless Void's going to be hopping in as well. He needs some farm. Up top has not been going great for him. He's been harassed back by the Ursa, who has had virtually no eyes on him the entire game. Faceless Void, I mean, he's been bullying him a little bit, but Aui's gotten free farm here in terms of net worth, going to be in the top half. He's doing all right for himself. CS is pretty good as well. So is Ursa a problem? When does he start to become a real issue for Infamous?
Well, right now he's definitely an issue just because 1437 goes up top, right? Like, he leaves the bottom, so then you have that nice damage over time from the Warlocks, and now Faceless Void, even with the heals from the Treant Protector, can't be there. Now they can just, like, throw a ward down up top. They already have one there, actually, for now. So unless they're going to smoke, then it's going to be even harder to kill Envy, or rather AUI, but speaking of Envy.
Woo! Envy's the one doing the killing here, just tearing that Oracle a new one, and now Storm Spirit's here. He has that level 6, but I think Envy might just go full Divide on him and at least try to get some harass. So it looks like he's just been farming up really effectively and, yeah, just pushing forward, drinking that bottle. It's going to be a tough day to be a Storm Spirit, even with that ball lightning. Beastmaster now stealing up his only source of income. Oh, MSS. He's going to be level 5, picking up that Primal Roar pretty soon. So that should be a nice thing. Oh! Going to have that zip away. Storm Spirit maybe looking to punish Envy.
That's a lot of mana.
Yeah, Envy's actually in some trouble there. There is going to be that Spirit popped out by the Elder Titan going for the stomp, but the ball, lightning, and vulnerability comes in. King Tekka, he's here, he's angry, he's got the chrono if necessary, but they should be able to just blast Envy down, eats up a Fairy Fire, he's running for his life, and looks like one more hit from the Storm Spirit will do it. He pops out that little plasma field, but he's stuck in place. What?
He got the Oracle.
Jesus.
What?
Oracle?
How do you just let that happen?
Oracle? Okay.
Oh man. That's brutal. All right, nice pick up there by Envy.
Okay. Now bottom lane, MSS are just going to be going, denies his own boars. That is a savage man right there, killing his pets to deny Benjaz some farm. Now there's going to be that Primal Roar online right now, so they now have a decent control tool. We talked about NP not having stuns, not really having those initiation tools, but with the Primal Roar they should be able to find a couple of kills. They definitely need more than one person to take out this Juggernaut, but the rest of NP seem to be rotating down to the bottom. They're smoked up. They're bringing in Aoi for this. The first rotation of Ursa out of lane, hopefully going to result in a kill.
Yeah, they would love this, right? Get a kill, push down the tower, and again, just put that pressure on Infamous to kind of like keep scouting around Roche. They don't really have the best options in terms of overall vision. They just really want to get value of this first roar.
Oh, there they go.
Will it be enough?
They've got the follow-up. There's going to be a living armor, but it is just going to get worked through. Now that spin away. One more hit. Will it be enough, man? Oh, yeah, it is. Beastmaster tosses out those wild axes. Aoi, he's still angry. He's still ready to go. He did pop his ulti, so he can't quite full YOLO mode under tower again, but he's going to try his luck onto Excel. Brief little purge there. There will be a stomp. It does latch onto Excel, and they should be able to get this. There we go. Fury swipes, killing the Oracle. And now there's just going to be the Treant Protector hiding behind the tower, but this tower not going to provide shelter for much longer. It's going to be an easy pick-off for Team NP.
Man, that was actually so close. I thought he was going to die, but the aura, making sure that those wild axes are just ripping through you. So, level 1 enough to get you through the magic community, and then they get the tower. It all goes according to plan. Anime dreams are real right now for NP. Pretty much the game, right? I mean, I assume that's like
Chrono up top. King Tekka is low, but gonna try his luck on this Warlock as well. There is the Omni Slash if they need it, but just gonna toss out that Blade Fury, and after a couple of attempts jumping through the trees, they will find the Warlock. It's small pickings, but does allow them for some decent farm under this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, but look where they are now. Like, you just show 2 heroes top, and you use Chrono, so like Roche is dead.
Rest in peace, little buddy.
I don't think Kataro's going to go for any YOLO plays. Won't be able to go over there in time or anything like that. They send the Spirit in just to scout to make sure no one else is coming. Life is good. Oh, Kataro.
Well, this is going to be a nice little Aegis going the way of the Ursa. 10 minutes in, it's pretty well timed. Ursa's actually doing this without a Morbid Mask, so lifesteal is Usually pretty important for that Roche, but he decides, you know what, just man up, Orb of Venom and a stick, let's go. And it is successful. It does take the Warlock hopping in there, but they both get out alive. Now King Tekka on this Faceless Void, he had that nice chrono up behind the tier 1 tower, but definitely not as impactful as his puck game last time. How does this Void really, just scale up and bring himself nicely into the game?
Yeah, it's a very different scenario for him this time, right? Last time he got that lovely, late pick in the draft puck. He's like, everything's going to be fine. This time they're forced to pick it up early because they see the other talents in the NP. They're not willing to give away that combination, so you're dumped that hero that everyone's ready to counter up against. And the Ursa being picked to give him a much harder lane. Right off the bat, he knew he wouldn't be more successful, so you're just playing a more budget kind of a hero. More than likely... it looks like he's probably saving for the Blink just because they don't have any other initiation besides Kataro.
Speaking of initiation, we've got the Primal Roar going. Everyone's smoked up top. They're just going to run face first into Infamous. Do they have the resources to deal with this, though? If Benjaz is able to spin away, not taking a whole lot of damage, he's going to go for the TP out. And they don't, again, have anything to break that. They already committed their Roar. Now they're going for Excel. Are they actually able to get this Oracle down? No. I mean... Infamous can just keep TPing out from underneath NP's noses. What stops that?
Chaotic Offering, right?
Just, hello, I have a golem to show you, but...
I mean, there's Stomp and everything too, but certainly NP are going to look their strongest when they're sitting at a tower. They have vision going in behind with Hawks and Stomps and everything, and then there's some sort of a burden on Infamous to do something. Because if they're trying to catch out the side of Infamous, much harder. See this Hawks actually just getting at the tower, but unfortunately no one's nearby enough to do anything about it. Oh, Envy? Is he actually going to get him? Oh, Envy
Dota. Envy is able to go in. Haste Rune playing. Picking it up with
Hawk,
that cute little plasma field. Exactly. We talked about Beastmaster being so valuable for that vision he gives. Just fly that bird in and secure
I mean,
yourself
really,
into.
Haste Rune, though,
that was just
I was looking at the mini-map. I was like, nah, there's no way. All right. Fair enough. That's a very fortunate situation in the early game. Very nice to get a Storm Spirit when he's in the middle building up that Bloodstone. King Tekka built Vlad's here. Okay, yeah, he went back to the Vlad's. It's been kind of a weird just Blink first game. He was holding it for a long time as they grab the Train Protector. That is a hero that does not do well up against Detection and an Ursa, that is for certain.
Yeah, Ursa's just angry at the wilderness and takes out his anger on a tree. Now down bottom, Envy's going to be TPing in, trying to defend this tier 1 tower. They bring in SVG as well, knowing that the Juggernaut's there. He wants to push. Juggernaut's going to be going in for that early fighting build, picking himself up the Yasha, so Manta Diffusal, going to get himself online a lot faster than the Battle Fury build.
I like it. Oh, smoke up here. They have the Chrono. MSS, not going to be caught up by this one, it doesn't appear.
Yeah, I mean, unless they go just super YOLO mode way behind the tier 1, they're not going to find anything. So NP is doing a good job playing safe now. They've got the kill advantage. They've got the overall net worth advantage by a lot after that pick off up top.
Yeah, and they have 2 more minutes on this Aegis. They have the Dragonlance and the bot's done on Envy. He's online. He's got that Razor build that everyone wants to have. And they're just going to kind of slowly but surely, follow around your Hawks, use these summons, try and pick off some heroes. Good scan coming from the Radiant.
Very, very nice there. We'll scout out this entire rotation, including this Primal Roar Beastmaster, who really wants to find something. Have they moved back far enough, though? Juggernaut, he wants to take these Ancients, but yeah,
Man,
he's not going to be able to do that.
They're not respecting their own information.
Yeah, I mean, they knew that there was a scan coming in. They knew there were heroes in that tree line. They know there's an angry Ursa with a Blink,
double
with an
courier
Aegis.
No, never mind. They moved theirs.
All right, Warlock is going to be heading down, but it does commit a full chrono, so again, still something you're worth definitely okay trading.
Yeah, they get the Necro recipe from MSS too, so he'll be stuck on 1 for 2.5 minutes. It's kind of nice, considering he'll by the time that courier is back online, he'll probably have level 3.
All right, Aoi showing no mercy, just sticking around behind that Ancient Pit and grabbing himself the kill on the Oracle, finally, after blinking and chasing him around for like a minute. And now it looks like the Dire are just gearing up to go for this mid lane push. We haven't seen a Chaotic Offering yet, so maybe we're going to see Golems drop for a fight behind the tier 2 or something, because they've got to get something
Could
rolling.
be right here.
King Tekka, he goes in. They know they've got no chrono. Aoi, he's going to be just roaring up. He's angry. He's got an Aegis, and there we go. There's the Chaotic Offering. They should be able to get the Void eventually. Aoi's still limping
so
after
close.
him. Aoi is going to end up popping the Aegis. Wild Axe is not going to be doing enough to take out the Faceless Void. He will be able to get back to the fountain, but this tower is unfortunately going to be extinguished.
All right. And they still get it, so in the end works out, but giving up the Aegis, it was about to expire anyway, doesn't really matter. Nice little synergy that we're seeing here for like the first real time, like the False Promise coming out. I heard people theory crafting about this, where there's like, because False Promise, while it's on you, I believe you don't actually lose the stacks of the Living Armor. Like you don't lose the damage instance block. So that's kind of cool. So for the entire duration of False Promise, you're getting the double healing bonus. Kind of neat. Yeah, King Tekka dropping down to single digits. I believe he's down at 8 HP when you actually get the False Promise on him there, so nice save.
Yeah, you could feel that frustration coming in from the Ursa. He's like, I got this, Phase Boots run after him, and just one hit short. Thank God for the Aegis, otherwise that would have been crushing. And speaking of crushing, we got a Basher online, so he's going to be having a little more impact in these team fights.
Yeah, it's kind of funny he still hasn't gone back to Morbid Mask. I mean, he just didn't need it, I guess, right? Like, he's only fighting, just relying on Enrage. No lifesteal required. It's more important for him to be bashing up a Storm Spirit. I mean, he's Control, right? Like, Ursa.
Yeah, he's probably the most reliable bash they've got at this point. In terms of canceling TPs, I mean, just get Ursa on him, pray for a bash, and that's way more reliable than trying to drop that Chaotic Offering on like a TPing Oracle. But again, Infamous.
Oh, setting up down bottom with Stinger.
Going in. MSS, unfortunately, not a whole lot he can do about that. Just Treant ult, it's strong. Now, Treant goes for the Hand of Midas build. Not something we see a whole lot.
Where's the Iron Talon, though? Come on.
Who needs talons when you got a hand made of gold?
Yeah, but you gotta get the Agnum Scepter. Anyway, so that'll be his goal. The Midas first. It makes sense in a game like this, too, because you gotta feel they're a little bit behind. Oh, man,
there's the bash! There we go. Brand new Basher debuted in the best possible way, locking down a Storm Spirit that's so slippery. Now, Storm Spirit does have that Bloodstone up, so it's going to be a really short respawn, but down to 8 charges. Certainly not ideal. Now, Vengeance is going to be trying to TP out, should be able to do so. Again, no stun coming out from NP now, as NB was riding solo.
Yeah. Oh, that went from, like, such a big high to such a low. You know, you just bought your Bloodstone, immediately
Oh, God,
another
it's
bash.
happening!
No, Oracle's here. It's fine. It's fine.
Katara comes in. I mean, he's angry. He is not letting another one of his teammates go down like that.
They put down a sentry, but I think they have a gem. I guess, yeah, they could just put a spirit. Oh, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. They have Hawks. It's kind of weird. A little miscommunication there or something. I'm not sure. Either way. Yeah, so they were like right up to 13 Bloodstone charges. It was perfect. The Dream set it up with the Treant Protector, and then immediately just gets bursted down thanks to Bash Dota. So well played by AUI. Nice item pickup.
Do you think it's going to go straight into the Abyssal, or do we stop along the way for Lifesteal or Ags or anything?
I mean, where are they Ags at? Oh, yeah, it's too good.
I mean, Ags is super good, but also Abyssal Blade. Like, can you imagine the amount of lockdown? I mean, that would like triple NP's lockdown in terms of what they're able to do in these team fights and how they're able to hold someone back and keep the Storm Spirit controlled.
Yeah, it's true. The only concern would be, of course, just like, not getting Enrage off or something during a chrono. It's so valuable to just keep AUI alive and make sure your momentum never gets slowed down. Just keep sieging buildings, keep getting Roshans, in which that's going to be spawning in quite a while. That is a late one. That is definitely going to benefit the side of the Radiant.
Yeah, the side of the Radiant now are all crawling up here in this dire jungle. There is going to be a scan revealing that at least someone's hiding out in this area. So Razor leading the charge, going to be just zipping on in. Got that haste rune rolling. We'll see what's going to be initiated on. They scout out the Storm Spirit, but again, really slippery. You don't have the lockdown to invest, so they aren't going to get Storm Spirit for now, and everyone else is able to TP. So a little bit of wasted time there from NP. They aren't able to find anything, but getting some push into this top lane should be able to at least do some chip damage to the tier 2.
What to do on the Radiant? What to do? I mean, oh no, King Tekka.
That's not what you do
That's
on the
no
Radiant.
mana. Goodbye.
Well, that's going to be a nice little pick for NP. Moving forward, they're going to be able to go and... Oh, owie, not going to bash this time. I was going to say to bash up the Storm Spirit.
He's doing it. He's going straight for the Abyssal. He needs it.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, it does build up quite nicely. The stats are okay, but he's not going to have the BKB. He's not going to have the Ag, so that Enrage is going to be pretty high price.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those situations, like, I guess even if he doesn't get Enrage off during the Chrono, how do they kill him? Like, Storm doesn't really put the best damage inside of a Chrono. It's kind of awkward. There's no, like, Lion nukes or anything like that. There's basically, like, Oracles on the outside pounding in some Purifying Flames or something. Maybe you get Omni-Slashed. So overall, he's already fairly survivable. You do get the Vanguard bonuses from Basher these days now, or rather from the Abyssal these days. So who I suppose it's true. Like, who really needs an Agnums?
I mean, a lot of Ursa players. I think it's still a really good item now. We're going to have Stinger crawling in here. He's invis. He's got himself that overgrowth if he wants to try to start something off. Faceless Void. He's ready to go. Doesn't have the blink, but his time lock will be up relatively soon. Looks like NP get the memo that things aren't going to keep going their way. They back off, cut their losses, and things are going really well for the Dire so far. Still a 3,000 net worth lead, but the overall experience is going to be in Infamous's favor, so levels are relatively even at this point.
I mean, I think the most important thing to look at right here is just what does MSS have against his Stout Shield? You know, he had 2 slots just sitting in his stash. You know, he just doesn't value this thing anymore, or what?
He put it on the Ursa for a while now. Kataro, he's not messing around. He wants to go here, but there's a Bash, there's a Primal Roar. The dream is dead. Now they're going to go forward. Triple man Chaotic offering. There's a nice little overgrowth there from the Tree of Protector trying to go out, just trying to TP home. Will they bash? They will not, but I think this tier 2 tower is gone for sure. They're looking for more, just trying to crawl around, pick up the remnants of the Radiant team, but without their Storm Spirit, I think Infamous do not want to initiate. They've got the Void. He's thinking about it. He's got that Chrono at the ready, but again, the Hawk Vision from the Beastmaster keeping on top of him. They know exactly where King Tekka is. So NP, they go, they take a pick, they take a tower, and they back off unscratched.
All right, everything going according to plan again here for NP. It's just, if you're going to draft a lineup like this where you don't have that control element, and basically it's a very self-centered lineup, right? It's a lineup that doesn't really consider that much about the opponent's picks or whatever. Like, it's more just about your own synergy and having your own game plan, and their game plan is just consistently performing well here, right?
Radiant.
They just keep getting Roche.
They want to try for this. They were all smoked up to go in and try to contest. They don't have the overgrowth. They do have the Chrono, so it might be worth it just to bust it onto Envy. Envy going in, pops into that solo hood. Will he actually live through this? He's lived a hell of a long time, and now he's going forward. He's still alive. Chrono connecting onto 4,
no damage.
but the
He
kid
doesn't
do
have
it. He doesn't hit for anything. Kataro comes in, just zipping on through, buying some time, but meanwhile, Aoi ripping Benjaz a new one, just going forward. He's enraged up, and looks like Void will be able to escape, but that was a big commit for Infamous, and instead of getting pickoffs, they lose their Oracle. That was super not ideal.
Yeah, they know how strong they are right now, so Envy, again, just grabs up this Solar Crest. They really have no way to deal with them. There's no way you can itemize to handle that Solar Crest this early in the game when you're this far behind on the Radiant. And they're just looking to take this game and close it on out here. Kataro's doing everything he can, splitting, cutting waves. He has a TP, so he can just zip himself out of here once he finds that moment. But they have one wave to work with here, so they should still be able to get this tower. No Chrono for, what is it now? 80 seconds, my god. Woo!
Yeah, that was a heavy commit from Void. I mean, Infamous just don't have damage. They rely so heavily on their Juggernaut and their Storm Spirit, but neither were present and able to help out under that Chrono, so easy tower going for NP. I don't think they continue pushing here. They do have the tier 3 Necros, and they do have the Primal Roar, but I think NP got to be really, really cautious, because Infamous do bounce back really well. They've got a Juggernaut with decent farm. They've got a Storm Spirit who's not totally in the grave yet. 5 Bloodstone charges sucks, but with the new Orchid pickup, he should be doing all right.
I don't know. I mean, Mech's done. 1437 will have that. Then, Guardian Greaves. Probably won't even have a chance to purchase those. The game should be over before then.
You're saying NP take this super clean?
I think it's pretty well over. What's the dream? They don't even really have the dream scenario. They have a lot of stuns, but they just don't have the damage to actually kill NP. Who even gets the kill here? The most glorious Omni Slash you've ever seen in your life, and an Oracle that no one just kills. Could bounce.
Speaking of bounce, and Aoi just blinking in. It's just gonna go trying to man up on the Oracle once again. It is literally Ursa versus the world. Now the rest of his team comes in. They drop a Spirit. Do they go for the Stomp here? Void, he does.
That was a really nice force staff, by the way. Shout out to Stinger. Saved it right there. Totally made sure Excel lived. Great item against Ursa's, Lifestealers and whatnot, just kiting them around. So solid choice, and keeps Oracle alive, delays the push a little bit further.
Yeah, delays it, I think, is the key word here, because now Chaotic Offering's ready to go. There's still an Aegis on the Ursa. Everyone from NP is chomping at the bit just to get in and start pushing up these racks. Benjaz goes through. Does he look for the Omni onto the Ursa, or is it just not even going to happen?
I would hope not, because he's just gonna, have an Aegis or press and rage. Look, NBR.
Oh,
the creeps are just like
King
chilling over
Tekka
here.
force-staffed once again up to the high ground. Owie, he's enraged. He's just roaring at everything. Benjaz gets one slap with a sword on him, but for now it's just going to be Envy going around and now punishing this tower. And I think this is the beginning of the end for Infamous, just kind of sitting back. They will get stomped up, and Envy, he's going to move forward. He's still got all his ult ready to go. He's holding on to that and also holding on to the Hood of Defiance, the Solar Crest. He's got a lot of survivability. Razor is certainly not flimsy this game, and it's showing. So slowly but surely picking apart the tower. Treant, he's so hesitant to even go forward because there's so much danger on the back lines. You got Kataro zipping around trying to punish Envy, but barely able to make a dent in him. And this tower, the living armor can't last forever. Now Benjaz moves forward. He's got the Omni, he's got the Manta, but again, the damage just isn't there. If they
All right,
drop all their lockdown,
no pressure. Just get a chrono under a hawk.
just try, He's going to be going for it. He's got that leaf, he's got the chrono, but unfortunately the Elder Titan is on the other team, so the damage and the follow-up isn't really there. Okay, Kataro zips into two heroes, but still unable to find really anything. Now first hit bash coming out from the Ursa. He's still got the Abyssal active ready to drop, but for now NP feels so comfortable just crawling around. This high ground siege has been for the past minute and a half or so, and no real damage has been done to NP.
Yeah, they can't do anything. I mean, there's still a wave like pushing to the top. Tower.
Oh, there we go. Abyssal drop. Benjaz gonna be saved for the Oracle from now. And okay, yeah, that's just death and destruction on every side. King Tekka tries to live, is able to get a little leap out. Now Stinger sucked into that Earth Splitter, and that's gonna be one hero dead on the side of Infamous. The Stomp connects, and Kataro zips down to the low ground, just trying to get out of here, but his mana is limited. 5 Bloodstone charges does not leave you a whole lot to work with. And finally, the racks fall, the Aegis expires, and there's a nice chrono. They're focusing down the Warlock, but it's really the only target they can kill. Everyone else is still alive. King Tekka leaping just to keep his life up. Finally, they get the Warlock, but the Golem's already been dropped. The Omni Slash doing virtually nothing. It's just not even working out right now. Kataro is going to get Yulesed up in the air. They've got the follow-up when he comes down. They drop the Abyssal, and I don't know if this is something Infamous can bounce back from.
Oh, that was great, man. The laser show going on there as he zips around everywhere while still being
yeah, he's
up
still
by
holding on
Envy.
to like almost 200 damage from that zip.
Yeah. All right, game number 2. Fast and furious here from NP. No stuns required. We just kind of, had a game plan. It worked out. And Infamous never quite found that moment. Not a lot of damage to throw in the Chronosphere. It's kind of these, I don't know if they thought it was just, the heals would be enough and it would just be crazy right clicks from the Jug, or just keeping the Storm Speed alive. You can imagine if he has more Bloodstone charges and he can just last longer in the fight through mana, the HP wouldn't have been an issue with
3.
These guys, but no, 3 is not ideal.
3 is not what you want, and the GG is going to come out as the lane of racks start to crumble. So we're going to a game number 3 here to determine who's going to be going to the grand finals of the Northern Arena Beat Invitational. This was definitely a different NP showing up. They had stronger lanes, they worked together, the communication was on point. I'm really excited to see what game number 3 has in store. What's your take on it?
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty accurate, right? They had that great lane top, Ursa, Void, the Dream. You want that ideal scenario. Again, Envy gets that lane dominator that they always do. This looked more like those earlier games in the tournament where they do this AUI's on his own thing. He gets farmed up. He has a really good lane for himself. Last game we had AUI being the aggressive hero instead of MSS.
Coordinator's dead. So here's the scoreboard from game 1, if you guys are curious.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, really, really well played overall by NP, and I'm excited to see what game number 3 has. I'm hoping to see some more dead heroes picked up in the draft. I think, what else can we root for? Let's see some Venomancer picked up. Let's see some Visage. I don't know.
I will find who's the deadest hero right now.
The deadest hero?
Yeah, who's just totally useless.
In the pro scene?
Yeah.
Sniper?
I mean, Techie's obviously, but...
Sniper and Troll?
Oh, Sniper's in now.
Sniper's
a
in?
hero.
I have not seen
Sniper's
Sniper.
the anti-OD hero.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he's in MDL right now. I'm not convinced yet, but everyone keeps banning it as well. How many games does he have? I was just as surprised as you are, don't worry. I think everyone was. I know everyone still has a little bit of PTSD going on thanks to that guy. He's had 2 games so far. He's 1-1, but they've been giving him a couple bans too.
All right. Well, we are going to hopefully update the coordinator, so bear with us. For once, it's not Moonduck's fault, but game number 3 coming up as soon as possible here. I'm Android, that's Motpack, so sit tight, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.